we're getting straight into it. There we go. Howdy. Right back at Bunker Hill. Making good progress on this last time, but there's plenty more work to be done. I have done little building since last time, not a huge amount. Pretty much just a couple more houses down where we were building before. So we got this one done here. Put one next to it. It's kind of mirrored it. Slightly different design. And we've got one that's perched up there with a little stairway up. Shack down here. And then down in this corner bit, build the ground out a little bit. And then we put some crops in. I will likely do the same thing over in the other corners. It feels like a nice little area for some crops. This wall's completely destroyed. This one goes flat. And this one is built up. So yeah, we'll probably get some crops down on this bit as well. So let's go straight into that. We'll just do a little building. I might not stay here for the entire stream. I might go to another location. The prep work. I'll probably do the same again, just some corn. I don't even need to really fill this bit out. The other bit had gaps in it. This seems fine. Bit of room for a fence. Just like 2 strips and we'll alternate. Welcome to everyone tuning in. Howdy. Space is not enough. Bring them in. What I might do today is go back to like the very start. So we'll go have a look at Sanctuary and then we can move through all the settlements. Hey, Zebulon, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for support for the channel. Glad you're enjoying the videos. Down there we go. Stumble in the chat as well. How do you? That corn over there looks so much better. Seems fine to move these across just a little bit. Move that fella down. Sunman's here, howdy. Gonna play from Fallout. Yes. You got a specific build you're going for, or just generic playthrough? Am I doing okay today? Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, Somble. I made the mistake of sleeping slightly wrong last night, so my shoulder is shot. But aside from that, I'm good. Say howdy. Yeah, just a little 2-strip there, if that's fine. Anywhere else where we can place some crops? Outside buildable area. So yeah, we'll probably pop back to Sanctuary and then see what we need to do. Maybe do a little bit. We might do a little bit in every settlement today. You know, quite a few of them. Do that a little bit. That's cool, getting old. Yeah, I mean, I made the mistake of sleeping slightly wrong. And I must now pay. I think This area here would be good for a little crop. Relatively flat. Fence it off. We can also fill this bit out a little bit. Farm plots. Yeah, dirt ones. Probably this fella. The smaller ones. I'm just looking to like put this little gap here. Maybe the big one is going to be best then. Go for this. He says, now look at the smallest one. There we go. Not floating down here. It should have been streaming instead. Yeah, I wouldn't have hurt my arm that way. Yeah, we'll go for about there. Go, and then it doesn't like it's floating. And then that's filled that out. Very good. I might go for potatoes here instead, actually, because we've done corn for the other bit. Sounds good, Erky. Sounds very good. I mean, I'll stick with the little raised bits. I said we won't go crazy with the crops here, but just a couple of little bits near where some of the houses are. Come up here. Guided to the right. So let's fence this off just a little bit. And then we'll go to Sanctuary. Want a bit of blush. To there. Yep, just the one to block it off that way. And then just the one to block it off that way. When did it fully enclosed, but just a little poop. May like extend this out a little bit. Right, let's throw safe before Deegan starts speaking to us. Right off the Sanctuary. Yeah, as we mentioned the last episode, last stream, and just in general, we've done a little bit everywhere now. And I'm either going to zip zoom and do a little bits and bobs, or just hit one location up and blitz it. Yeah, there we go. Right, let me have a look around what we've done here, because it's been a while from what we have and haven't done. I know we replaced a couple of destroyed houses with actual houses, and I then found a bigger template, so I think for the most part they're okay. A big windmill there. Oh wow, we actually did quite a bit here. Go to the start here. What do we got? We got bridge repaired up a little bit. It's kind of janky, but I think that's fine. It is welcome. Secondary bridge down there. Bridge leading to the water source. Bridge leading there. Yeah, I had actually forgotten how much we had actually done here. That's just floating at a minute. Yeah, we have like these mini houses. We'll get those fixed up. For those that missed, we said we were going to essentially allocate a house per one of the settlers here when we get Preston's crew. I can't remember if we got anyone established already or if we were just getting the basis done. Like communal room, communal house even. Okay, so this would be our house. I won't touch that. So we need to prep for a house for one for Preston, one for Mama Murphy, one for Sturgis, one for Marcy and June, and then any of us would be a bonus. We have the clinic there. We have the general trader there. All that garbage there. Sanctuary Hills. Right, trader. We do have this house here. Attacked onto the front wall. I don't know if we were deciding we were going to do that more as sort of a guards barracks sort of thing. So we'll have that. Clinic. I guess first house we'll have as Preston's. This one here. So I guess the theme for that would be very organized, very military, Minuteman. Let me go ahead and actually make this so that I can't forget. And I'll just initial whose house they are. So if I come back to this, I know whose is whose. Obviously, that won't stay there, but, you know, we know it's Preston's house. Oh, who's there? Got a communal house there. Bookshop. Thinking, for the fact this has got extra space here, and especially with it leading down to the back, down to this bit. Thinking Sturgis for this. I don't know Sturgis' last name, so we'll just do that. Mama Murphy. As far away from our house as possible. Probably the house all the way at the back here. Mama Murphy will live there. And then possibly this one for Marcy and June. And then we've got a few free houses for randos. Marcy and June. Yeah, and then we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spare houses then because we rebuilt those. I'll delete the road by accident. These. I got that reference humble. Who's I want to work on first? I'm thinking Sturgis. Sturgis' house worked on a little bit. Like out of the whole group, I probably like Sturgis the best. I mean, we'll get rid of this bush. I don't mind leaving them, they're not in the way. Let me hit, what was it, numlock? Oh, insert. Oh, is it extra object selection enable? If there's anything additional. Yeah, I forget to go for this one because it's opened up to this. So, considering we've got like this down here anyway, we can have second way in, little extra space for Sturgis to be storing garbage, considering he's a, you know, mechanic and all that stuff. A pretty clean slate in here. Right, we will fence off a lot of this then. Move some of this garbage over here that I don't use. Probably fence off this hole. Oh, can't get rid of some of them. Right, let's start with the basics then. So we're actually going to give this fella a vault bed. I may actually give a lot of places here vault beds. Again, we'll try and keep it realistic as to what's nearby. Literally a vault just up there. So surely would be salvaging some of the stuff from there. So at least for the main people here, we'll have the vault beds. The only thing I don't like about these is just how much the roof is actually like fully, you know, coming in. Look, all the way in. Is it that bad in the standard houses? No, it's nowhere near. We may actually have to change these up a little bit because they're a little bit too in the way. Let me have a look. Like I said, I placed these ones down. And then I actually found the standard ones. So building, prefab, metal. Yeah, we got today's is these ones. Okay, we got small one, we got really small one. And you go a little bit further along and you have the proper one. So let me have a look. How's the roof look in this? Yeah, these are actually better. I'm gonna have to replace them. It's not too much of an issue. Who's here? Howdy. Yeah, it's not really an issue at all. Place it roughly where the previous stuff is. I still like the idea of this being a double drive that's collapsed down. Probably going to be a little bit... I mean, this lines up perfect. Means I'll have to do just a little bit of tweaking. There. Okay, trying to re-roof the houses in vanilla. Yeah, we're going to have to do it a little bit, but I think the standard houses are going to be much better than those smaller ones we have. Seem alright. Change it for all of them. May keep this one. I don't know why they thought that would be a good idea. Well, I'm not going to go around and replace them all straight away. I'll do them as we get to them. So yeah, back to where we were then. I've decided to change these up. I see it does actually now have a bedroom. Albeit very small. We got the bush poking through quite considerably. Really not get rid of this? Because then we'd have to move it across and then it's all not ideal. But if I move, it's pretty much all the way to the edge. Yeah, the stairs are kind of there. I don't know why we can't get rid of the stairs. We'll have to cover them up. I just can't have the shrubs poking through the floor like that. Yeah, we'll cover them up. I'll make a new pathway through down the drive. I like the idea that this tree fell, hit the roof, caused it to collapse down. Okay, so covering that up, probably just gonna do it with some rocks. Can I move? Across, because I'm pretty sure it's meant to be the drive. CPC, yeah. Cover those bits up with bushes. Or piles, stuff like this, considering it's going to be Sturges anyway. Yeah, something like one of those to cover up. Go for that bit. Here we go with Shantytown. Games howdy. It's OG RuneScape playing. Just to get some different musics in. Yeah, honestly, we'll just get a load of cars and stuff down. Like the idea of Sturges being a little bit of a hoarder. This piece of kind of garbage. Go flat. You know, with him being like an engineer. And this is what I was talking about, sort of around the back here. None of that other garbage. Boom. Yep. What else would he have on this? Missions. Barrels, cars. Deco with it. A clothesline. Definitely get some of those then, but not right here. Here we go. In fact, did we keep? We did keep this. So Sturgis would work over here quite a bit. Like I said, this is more of a small house. So I guess realistically, wish with stuff like this being on the outside as well. The two of these are kind of merged together. So you'll be back and forth between the two of them. Guess we won't have too many bits. I like the idea of making Sturgis' place Atom Cats-esque. Because I like it to have that sort of vibe. No place there. Sturgis' bed. Or just get all the usual sort of stuff in. Kitchen, diner, and all that sort of jazz. We get some workbenches and the like in there for Sturgis. And then that'll be a lot of what the garage area is for, so... Get the fence in. I feel like it probably fence this bit off. Go for the rusty looking chain link fence. Turn the outline off, because good God, my eyes. Now, would you do that, or would it be the security fencing, actually? Let's go more for that sort of thing. Hopefully that lines up straight. And we got that lined up perfect. What's that side bit? Yeah, I mean, he is irking. Yeah, but I don't think the fella knows he is. I don't like how much that clips through. A little bit is fine. No, I don't think he does. Right, furniture, what do we need? Counters. Wood, CBC. We want that. Here we go, loads of random stuff in here. Anything that's engineering-y, get in here. I'll pop that there like that. These concrete pieces, I'm gonna actually rotate. Make it look like a ramp, like it's still actually going up there. So if we do it like that, it looks like there's a little crack on it. Got a little ramp on that as well. Have that look like it's just been wheeled up. In. Oh, decoration. That little mini workstation, whatever it is. Same with a lot of this stuff, actually. Why is this stuff so small? It's for ants. Yeah, I mean, we're not really going to put this stuff anywhere else in the settlement, so I may as well use it here for Sturges. There you go. Yeah, we don't want a generator that's on fire. Engine. Had a Minuteman flag. We'll go ahead and pop this here next to Preston's house. Void stuff, some tanks, we care for that. Stuff that's fine. I think we've done a little bit on all of them now, Erky. I'm going to zoom around them today a little bit. Wanted to get a couple of bits done pretty much everywhere. I'll probably progress through them as I would naturally in the game. Bits and bobs here and there. Station friends. Probably more we can do for that for Sturgis, but the outside bit's done. Even outposts and Monge. Yeah, let's head over there actually, because I did get that unlocked and I did make a start to it, but I didn't really do all that much, so come over there. Right, we've got a little start on Sturgis' house done back in Sanctuary. Prepped out where we're going to have other people staying as well. That game out. On your radio relay. But yeah, I did a little work here. I figured we'd keep it as like a radio relay. Boomer? Why is this guy here? Pretty sure I killed him. I guess in the boat stuff he respawns. Oh, he's in power armor, and that's not going to do the trick. How much? Like, that's just going to negate any fall damage whatsoever. Yeah, I got building here. Pretty much just fenced the area in. Put a little croppage down. I've made one little hut for people to stay. We have the hut here with the radio thing in. It's actually just fully enclosed off. Have here, howdy. Yeah, some of the, if there's enemies within the settlement, then we can move them. No, it's not really an issue. Having them in, once the blueprint's out, doesn't really matter. There we go. Back to the actual sediment. Watch him just reappear at some point. Don't do anything inside. I don't do anything inside of this. Building selected. We're down a little razor green. Cross. Yeah, I think that this would just be like a little radio relay for the Minutemen.
Oh, hell no!
Yeah, he's back already.
Get some, motherfucker!
What we got here? We got one guard post. Would be a very minimal settlement. That's what we do. A couple of things here that I couldn't move, so we just acted them into the design. Yeah, probably will just be this. I just need to throw beds and the like on the inside.
This is gonna be fun!
Are we getting combat stuff up? I'm pretty sure I've got combat set up. Yeah, combat AI is on.
Ah!
50,000 shots later. Yeah, we're just doing building math. I got a boomer. Look at 10 pines. We got a boomer. Right, 10 pines. I pretty much scrapped everything that was there originally, bar some of the destroyed walls. I've then put in a destroyed house that looks a little better than what was there already. And I've started fixing that up. By that I mean putting a little tarpaulin over it. I need to actually repair this up a little bit more. Again, I'll probably keep this for crops. Pretty much what it would be usually, just a different design to it. So, probably just that house. Crops within this wall area here. We've got a pretty large amount of area to build with. Yeah, at the minute, no beds. We just, we got, so, let's, do that for now. So yeah, crops within that bit. The crops around the back. All this open space over these sort of areas, I'm probably just going to fill with more trees and make it more wooded. Have this really secluded like. The only other thing I'll build around is the fact that the trader campfires here. The NPC sit on ground stuff. So go over to resources. Have a look at the workstations as well. With that being there, get the trade caravan post put in nearby to that. Got a little platform for it. Nah, that'll be fine. Is one gonna be enough? I don't think one's gonna be enough. Yeah, definitely not gonna be enough. Move that down there. Then 2 of the half-ones I think will do. Yeah, I know. Gears had to go into. I mean, it didn't really take long. I just cheesed it. But you have to get that quest done. Yeah. Find somewhere flat to put this actually. Maybe the back of the house. Yeah, let's do it there at the back of the house. Yeah, I just got the quest and I went to the area and just, you know, got rid of everyone. What I'll do is I'll go to the settlements and make sure there's no red at the top. So these guys need water and defense. At the very least, we'll have a look through the settlements today and get those done. Just scavenging production. No. Any of these fit in, we'll get these. Well. Right, water. Probably the most basic of pumps for this area. An industrial. Probably this fella. And this probably down the side of the house down here. Which means we'll need power. 5. That's water sorted. If settlements like this, I don't mind going a little bit more vanilla looking. Bella, please. Fence. Probably get 1 turret. And then maybe a custom guard post. Yeah, let's go with standard one, not even the tip-top one. There we go, this is what we want. In fact, actually, no, let's take the turret off. We'll have the working guard stuff instead. Decent with this. Make it look like it's actually painting the wall. Find 1 guard, the 3 workstations. Guard will stand up sandbox between jobs. Wow, it really is pixel perfect there. Chair, that's what we want. We'll assign
Got it.
utilities. That's the fence sorted. So he's either going to be painting the wall, sitting on the chair. Pretty sure the nav meshing should work for this. This place done. Well, not done, but you know what I mean, done for now. Here we have these. Let's go and check in at Starlight, actually. Starlight was one that we started with. And we haven't been back since, really. We did that whole big building in the middle and a little bit around the edge as well. Have a look. See if I still like the general design of this. All enclosed in. Yeah, I'm still vibing with this. I think it's too much work been done on this. A raised up residential area. Got a huge area in the middle for shops. Still needs all the decorational stuff and then, but fine. Also, because of Jamaica plane, I've learned that if you turn off surface snapping with a wasp button, then you can make some convincing cross beams to make Bridgeport nice. I have an Effie we got started with recently. Said we were going to turn it into like a Brahmin pen. Yeah, pretty much stripped back the entire house. Built them a house around the back, so made a little bit of a pen there. Got this huge open area. Only issue is it's not particularly flat. I will be moving this. I want this bit underneath to be more of a Brahmin abattoir. Let's move that right over near the house. alongside the workshop, actually. We'll move this over here as well. Against the building there. And yeah, we have this raised area, but I'm thinking... First of all, we need to get rid of that. But I'm thinking... Power... Manufacturing. Get some of this stuff in here, so... Yeah, auto butcher. That's what we need. Let's get one of those in. It's a variety of preparations powered. No, I don't even need production for anything. It's just literally... This is an auto butcher. So, just make this thing look like a little, 3 of those in. Yeah, we'll keep the stairwell. A little mini factory, if anything. Probably 1 high. About. We don't want this too high, but also not too low. So, what way would we have them coming in? We're going in this way. That, and then ultimately it will lead to the 3 of them. Diversion paths. I don't even. So it needs to be functional. Be just a little bit higher. Go. Smack bang in the middle. Yes, it is. Last bit for the most part could just be storage. We want that to be just like poking on the outside. Three of those will be needed. We don't even need the powered ones, but we'll go for that. So 3 of these. With the dirt all over them. That'll ultimately be the collection point. Grabs here, howdy. Cinder block stuff that I'm looking for. We've removed, but as long as you're not in pain anymore. Grab. It's all good. What, pray tell, is this trying to snap to? I said an hour. Did it hurt much, Grab, or were you blazed out on dentist drugs? That's the piece I want. See, we've got this minus the windows. Switch the other way, please. Only issue with that is that caused any issues. What do you reckon that's going to be in? A potential easy fix for it. Let me get the walls in. Guess we need one standard door as well, actually. We'll do that here. Right, so my plan with that would be... I need these to poke out just a little bit. So we'd maybe try a half one. Maybe that's going to be enough. Not enough. Now what? These. Okay. So... when it moved in about there. So the easiest way to do that would be to move everything up a little bit. Let's do that with one. I think we want it about there. It is indeed. That is out just. So the idea with that is that you can come to this bit, and this is where you get the items. Goes into workshop storage, but I want to make sure there's a little bit poked out. And then that actually makes it mega easy. Get rid of that. You need a raised area here. Model the foundations from H. Whispering Hills. Look for Warehouse Extended. Gears. That'll probably be your best bet. What we want. Metal grating and stuff. Gonna remove that one from being the power junction. We have power elsewhere. I feel like it's gonna get in the way. For that instead, it fills more of the area. One piece in. Mainly the wharf pieces. Yeah, this stuff's great. The warehouse extended stuff, you get so many options in here. And then you get all the way over here and there's a load of decorational stuff, machinery. A lot of it's just going to be there for like cosmetic stuff, but if we build like this, where I'm literally making the factory, we can just throw some of these in. It's actually processing stuff. Like that. It's not actually going to do anything, but... yeah, some really nice objects in here. And then there's a load of set dress and stuff. Stuck. Let's enclose this in, 'cause for the most part, it's going to be these. Wall filler. Have that with a little trim on it.
I can't play with you right now. Why don't you ask someone else for a change?
I don't know if that's the exact right piece, but that'll do. Roof wires, we'll just go with this. Assuming it will snap, which it doesn't. Let's.
Oh, really? Well, that's very interesting, but I'm still not changing my mind. Off you go.
And a bit we can't fill in is where the ladder goes up. But roof access. Speaking of which, yeah, the van stuff would be cool. I know that there's some mods that add similar. the specific vines on the buildings. I don't think I found any that do that. Statement. Is for that. Off wall, maybe. Very surprised if these snap. You know where they're meant to. I guess if we do it that way. Let's be that way. Fresh again, we tried to use it. Yeah, that checks out. That sounds about right. Winged it. We're a little off. Game hour so we can see what we're doing. If we're that off, you know, considerably off, let's shoot it manually.
We're gonna need more salt soon. You better get on back to Diamond City before long.
I'll get around to it.
You always say that. I'll get around to it. What are you waiting for exactly?
For you to quit nagging me about it, that's what.
Jesus. Oh. Connects up to that, and then that's roof access. I guess probably don't need that. And then like a slanted roof. Yeah, I don't really spend much time here anyway. I don't think I've ever... I mean, I've definitely had that one before, so... But... in a while. Long enough that I didn't remember it. Kicked out the Abernathy's. No, I built them a new house over there. Look at this. I think that's much better. And we'll turn the house into an abattoir. If we can get it to go to there, so... a really small fill a bit. That size, maybe? Yeah. Those in. Oh my god, I think we got it perfect. It's not gonna snap now because that's how it works. Place those in manually. I mean, look a little better. Yeah, I'll have to place those in manually. Might be doable. We want that, but without the top bit. caterpillar. And we had it. There we go. There's a 2-story high building with a view, and this is what you give them. Well, I mean, you say that, but they were living in filth and garbage. It took so long scrapping all the garbage in their settlement. This way they get their own little private houses over there. Plus they run a successful Brahmin abattoir. I feel about that not lining up properly, but that's fine. Yeah, we might need to move that across just a little bit. Yeah, roof access. We have the doorway there, but then there's technically no way to get across. Do a little walkway across. It's the actual thing. That's gonna be the only way that we can do it. Covered walk. I don't actually think that's what we want. I just want it to snap that way. That'll do. Probably 2 sets of these, so outside for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walkway. In just a second. Beds here. We don't actually have any placed yet, but they'll be over in the houses over there. Are we better on this side or on the other side? Probably on the side, sweet jeans. 3 hours later. The hard way. No. That to that. That to this. Walkway across it. snap at good points. That is a very not good point. No? Bother with the other side because they're pretty much attached. Zen, safety and all that. I actually really like the fact that there's all garbage on here. I know it's unintended, but works well. You can walk over to get to this side. Then access up here to the rooftop. Probably have another pen on this side as well. They're the flattest areas. It's going to be a lot of area where we don't use, but again, I can get some more decorational stuff in tree-wise. The longhorns from Nuka World. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably look for a mod that allows the placement of just animals. Because then I'll probably have one side for that, one side for the other type. I'll tell you what we'll do this side, considering we've got these assets here, the wire fencing. I'll do a fence that's in progress, like this one's already complete. But we'll have it look like this one's being built. So I guess let's get that. Get that prepped in. So apply and match the switch to be fair. Can I snap on this side? That is fantastic. I won't actually use this as a fence. It goes down into the ground quite a bit. Just as a rough measurement. Oh, the snapping. Please. Right, is that gonna be enough to get? Is the angle gonna be okay? Let's do one more just to be safe. Give it a little bit extra room. Yeah, the angle is slightly off. That's going to be a little bit better for the angle. Two, three, okay. throw save. That's enough for Abernathy for now. Right, work on the second thing. We've got the base build up for this. A lot of decorational things to happen here. Next bit. Starlight. We didn't actually look at Red Rocket. Let's go have a look. I don't think I'll bother with Sunshine Tidings. We did that quite recently. And the sloped areas into small greenhouses. Kind of have it where they are growing the food for the Brahmin. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Oh yeah. The build area for this is straight up back to back with that of Sanctuary. Definitely won't cause any issues. But it goes all the way up to the bridge, and then Sanctuary's one goes pretty much to the other side of that. So these pretty much, you know, connect in. So it's almost like an extension of Sanctuary, and so what did I get started with this? We put the helipad on the top there, like a helipad for the Minuteman General. Thought that was a nice use of the roof for that. I'll get in here. Doghouse there for dog meat. Communal area. Ropage. This is all blocked off. We got guard post that looks down the road on this bit. I put anything on the billboard here? Nope. Cool. Off. The road. We have the sign here. What did I put? Sanctuary Hills up to the right. Got a shop and clinic. And then on the other side, we have forget something message and then general trader poking to the right. So if you forgot anything in Sanctuary, you're over here and it's little general trader. A little storeroom there. I'll get the shop icon thing here. Little storage there. That's swinging apparently. So yeah, little less little general trader, checkpoint, access point for the general. I even went as far as to, you know, down here. But it's not there anymore, so I guess that's just a game thing. Yeah, I can just move this. That'll cause issues. I might block that in. Let's do that. Hide that now. Again, it'll be there for... You will have already looted that place. There's no reason to go back into it, so... fill it in. Yeah, there's more decorational stuff that we can do here. We will get in, and I'll probably do this on a lot of the settlements. Because we worked so hard to get it. The trade caravan post again. It's one of these in every settlement, I think. So we're just having the trading post there. Probably have this dotted over this way near where the seated area is. This general area clear. A bit flush against that. And that way it's like, I don't know, pull into this way, ramming straight to it, so. A bit there. Line it up with that. We could probably get a little bit more in the way of food and the life here. But we can technically build all the way up over to here. Again, probably just going to throw more trees down. I don't just want to throw houses all over the place. One additional thing that I did do to this, I had to look online as to what the quote was, but you got the Minuteman statue here, which I have put a fence around. And then we put the board up with the quote on it. I think that's actually in real life. There's a little plaque on the statue, so it's that, and that'll be Preston's doing. Get that lore in there. It's a Sanctuary. I kind of don't like the Trader's Welcome sign over in Sanctuary, where we put it, so I might move that next time we do Sanctuary stuff. But yeah, I figured that was a nice little lore thing. Have it tied around like that. Make it a little bit more fencing in. As to what else we have here, there'd be much more, to be honest, between the actual trading area and then just this little bit over at the back. One bed in for the trader. Yeah, one or two more. Obviously, we have a guard post. Gotta be historically accurate. I'm sure there'll be some lore buffs that would appreciate that. That'll be for the trader. Storage for that. Have the guard post over there, little fire barrel. So maybe just one shack over here where whoever's guarding would be sleeping. So I don't go too crazy with that, we'll just get a prefab in. What else we got? Vehicles. Got anything to do with vehicle wise that'll work? An RV. Yeah, I mean, get an RV in. Fits with like the general area. Yeah, we get an RV in. And this is where the I don't want any grass showing through it. That's why you can raise it. Raising it's pretty dumb. Probably should have the option to remove the grass. Okay, so if we're going to live in that, I want this to look like it was actually being pulled in here. It doesn't necessarily need to be there. Let's have it so somewhat in. And then we need a car. RV curtains. RV door, roof covers. Oh wow, okay. Those in. We snap. They do. Very good. Just that we can snap it to, just the back. Ah, we have smaller ones, okay. But they don't snap to this one. Okay. Got one that does. Oh, really small curtains. Just do mix it. Close now. We open those. Okay, we'll get those in. I think we'll get those covered up. The door on as well. I will put a bed in like in here as well, but right, so go alongside that. We'll have car. Find it. You know, as if it was being pulled pre-war. I don't think it need a big truck, even though the truck's tiny. But a big old Jeep. Maybe not that one. And in. Just a little bit. Yeah, can't really get in that way. Yeah, I like the idea that this was pulling in pre-war. And that we've now just got someone that's living in the back of it. So that naturally brings back as well. Following the road around. This 25 miles an hour. Let's move this to there instead. Then you naturally come around to the side of Sanctuary Hills. There's General Trader there. So this realistically becomes the main entrance here. But I kind of want this one to be the main entrance, so probably put a little bit here to block it off. Fine, so we move these across here like that. That's indicative of Sanctuary Hills, and then I'll have another sign here that says General Trader to the right. Then we'll fence off that little area as well, which I'm just going to do it with another car to figure out where it is. I think that acts as enough of a natural barrier. Decorations, signs. I want the sign to look busy. Depend. Do. Right, so Sanctuary Hill's up to the right. There's a shop and a clinic. Over to the left, you've got a general trader. Let's do sign mod out. It's called This Is Your Sign. The fonts it has are great for making graffiti. I'll have to have a look at that. There's some handwritten ones that I've got in this, but they're not amazing. Do that instead. Instead of that. That way, that's fine. Now you'd naturally come to that because this car's in the way. Alongside the fact that there's a curtain on this bit as well, I'll probably block this window as well. And a piece that works well. Too much. Too much. Yeah, I think that's just a little bit different, especially with the fact that it's out in the road a little bit. It's still vibing here, that's fine. Slide to the left. As it does. It would be a nice little addition if we could actually open these curtains. Door auto shuts, that's fine. I'll have to decorate this up. It'll likely just be like a bed and a sofa or something like that. That's probably going to be for the guard. Guard house, guard post, shop post, bed. Gonna do one or two last little bits here and then we'll head to the next place. See, when you come here first, there are several cars. I scrapped them with the intention of getting them placed back in, and then I want to say there was a big truck as well. Let's get the vehicles that are here originally back in. And this time around we can put them where they're at. So there was a big truck that was like here. We'll do it so this truck's filling up. Pop it as if it was there filling up. I said it was 1, 2, there's like 3 or 4 cars. I can't remember how many, it doesn't really matter. Have it so there's a couple look like they were parked up. go. Just a little bit. That one. Fits in quite nicely with the trader post. One thing I want to put in as well is over in the right hand side here we have 2 old cars. I don't really have any of these in the settlement, but I think a garage like this, probably around the back. You know, like not so much junkyard, but I feel like you'd have something like this here. Sinking a little bit. It's like a black void within this car. Bobs, we have car doors there. Let's get those here. Those there like that. We'll have a little welding box. Back. I glitched just for it a little bit, maybe not on the back. It's on the floor next to it. On here. Maps, don't know why they're there. Map of the Commonwealth. Kind of like that it's like a ye old map. Let's put that on here. Decorational stuff. Right, okay. On to the next area. Then I want to make sure to try and do a little bit. I don't know if we'll get through all of them. Grey Garden. I need to go and have a look at Covenant. I made big changes to Covenant. I can't remember if I showed them on stream. I went with the whole wiping the settlement out option. It will indeed, Urky, yes. Alright, so we build within that. Oh, so this leads down to the other settlement just down there. What this board's going to be for, that's why that was in there. We'll get the sign on that at some point. Great Garden, I think, for the most part, is going to remain as this big greenhouse. I'm just wondering if there's anything additional we can do. We can build up to this. Does that mean we can build up on the bridge? Can't really remove anything that's up here. A couple of bits that we can. I should be able to build up on the roof. Can't move this. Fine. But it certainly looks like we can build up here. So that gives us options. Yeah, it's vanilla plus, I don't know, about like 10% here. Not too much more. Okay, so we can build up here. We can do another area where the bridge is some of the settlement. I don't know if we'll go as in depth as we did in a Finch Farm. That certainly gives us options. Trying to see which way is going to be best for us to try and get up there. Yeah, I think if I'm going to do anything here, it's going to be that, because this is a relatively good unit. Plus, it has the whole robot thing here. But bridge stuff for there. Right, let's have a look at Taffington Boathouse first, then we'll have a look at Covenant, and we'll probably actually do a little work at Covenant as well. Another one that we did a lot of work with already right near the start. I don't think we actually have much to do here at all. This is Taffington Water Limited. And this was like a water production thing that we had going on. 168 water production. Export to other settlements. And we're like a janky little trader truck. Guard dog. Barricaded off. Water storage, we got water barrels dotted all over the place. We did this so that that's a little pollution. No fish in. We got fish in here. We got like a little fishing chair here. Push these over to water pump. Or boat shed. Boat down and make that more usable. Marbury's going here as well. And you've got your pre-war barriers and truck going through. The only thing this settlement needs, really, and it's the same with a lot of them, is the internal furniture. We've got to start with this one. I'll use that map asset again. Upstairs. These very small rooms. Yeah, we need a little work done on the furniture, but aside from that, this is probably my most complete settlement. Decorational stuff. Right, Covenant. Like I said, we wiped them out. I think I've like... Yeah, I took down all the walls. Very much in progress. Down all the walls. I've taken out some of the extra stuff. There are a couple of things that I couldn't move. So now that we've figured out the ability to actually move additional items, that's going to change this a little bit. So keeping the Covenant sign, this place is still going to be called Covenant. That's too unique a thing to actually get rid of. With light source there that I can't get rid of. The houses will remain. Why take out the walls? I mean, why wouldn't I take the walls out? I always felt this settlement felt extremely claustrophobic. Yeah, the houses are remaining in. Telephone poles and like they'll remain in because I think that we can't really get rid of the wires or anything, so we don't want any of it looking janky or anything like that. Plus there's a load of markers like these birds perching. If I take the houses out, they're still going to do that, so it's going to look weird. Now we can actually move this now. The workshop. NPC can't sit on tables. Get rid of that. Right, the workshop can move. Put it in one of the houses. Let's put it in here. Yeah, let's not put it in that one, actually. In fact, let's for now just put it down the side of the house. Protection. No, I think those big concrete walls and all the turrets and what have you, I think they're overcompensating. That's the... Loads of extra junk to use. Like, we will get some protection in like that, but big like that, it's very unfriendly. Trader thing's still down here. We actually have ramen now as well, so that's going to be a trading point. So once again, go to the resources, get this in. Want this. We could have it on the other side. Only that was facing the other way. Let me try something. Can I place this so the water looks like it's in it? I'll line this up perfect. There we go. Should place the one that's already there as long as the water's lined up inside. How was that? That's great. Yeah, that's perfect, and that fits in because then the traders sit down there as well. Even better. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. How'd he get there? How'd he get there? Don't worry about it. Now, do I want the entrance to this to be flush to the road? I'm inclined to bring it in a little bit. And I say that because we do have this light here, which is just like an ambient light source. So I kind of need to either have that hidden or put a light source on it myself. That's... as high as possible. Bring it across a little bit. Gonna have a hanging lantern. And we'll try and get it positioned so it's right where that light is, because I just can't get rid of that light. that in there. That. Hoping this works. Hanging oil. Right, I can position this so the light source is exactly where the light source is on the lamp. Okay, cool. I could lower the Covenant sign. I'm going to get an extra line across it. Go for the extra line. Okay, maybe turn the snapping off. Go, and that's actually hooked into it perfectly. So yeah, like a creative solution to a problem there of having a light source that I just couldn't get rid of. We've repurposed the Covenant sign. And we can build wall in from there. I'm thinking more of a wooden wall, if anything. And straight up get rid of this. Doesn't need to be here. Somewhere else. Stored. What's it look like at night? Give me 2 seconds and we'll have a look. Ah, see now, with that in mind, there are additional light sources here as well. So these here, if you remember, you got your concrete block, and then there are some lamps. See if I can replicate the type that it is. So yeah, they're just straight up there. It's not part of the actual light. Like these ones. On the concrete wall, there were these. So I guess I'll need to do that in a few settlements. Now I've already got the advanced item selection enabled. Yeah, I don't know where this stuff's placed. It's just put a light source here. And then the actual lamp that was used wasn't an actual light source. It's fine. It's kind of annoying, but we'll just have to, you know... Even if we put in our own things like that. One's a little weird, though. That's fine. We'll just think of creative solutions for them. So yeah, wall-wise for this, I'm thinking very basic. What do we got here? Bobbed. Head walls, modular. Bigger than that. Ash bin fence, but I'm gonna do this out of is more welcome, yes. What I might do for them actually, let me bring them back up. Is I mean, this one's waiting on the trading area anyway. We look on for lights. Might be in a normal section actually. Three. Where's the construction lights? Decorational? Decorational lights. Nope. The fence, is it? Spotlight stuff. Where's the yellow construction light? Thinking if we just have a couple of those, that'll work well. Be in a light section. Could it be a 4? Oh yeah, so it is. We just whizzed past it. I need to power them up, like. I hate how the light for that's there, then it's casting there. Should have probably another one we can use. That one could be a street lamp actually. Just in front of the sign. Can't do that. Well, let's see how these look when they're actually powered up. So we have that one there. That one there. Maybe move it back just a little bit. Okay, I mean, we know that they're not there, but going past, they look like they're meant to be there. For the lights. Ruben's here, howdy. Not too much, Ruben. We've just been zip zooming through a few of the locations, seeing what we've done already, and just putting little bits and bobs here and there. With this being here, I may have to move the sign a little bit. It's a little bit, but I have to keep this here. But I'm thinking, if anything, this is probably gonna end up being another wall lamp. Just like, even if it was just something like that, covers the space quite nicely. But it is right in the way of the entrance. So we're going to have to leave this here because of the light source that's there. This also needs to be to be there. Ah, right, let's move the sign. fire barrel for this instead. Fire barrel could work. Because we can actually shift that across a little bit to the side and still cover the area where the light is. How far away can we get away with that? Probably there. I don't mind actually that being in the way of the front a little bit. Because what I'm going to do... Guard post there. So if we move everything across just a little bit. Yeah, pretty much that. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. So we'll go where we are. Then we'll have it so the signpost is pretty much right next to it. That should fix pretty much everything. The sign is kind of annoying. That up. That right across. That right next to it. That right next to it. That line up, bring that back down. Just fixing the sign. Getting the light sources to work. Right, let's see. So now you have that. That's now covered. Can even bring it back across just a little bit more. The light that's there's covered. There we go. I think we fixed that. Okay, so fence-wise, I'm kind of tempted to actually build it out of these shack support columns myself. Show you what I mean. Where else can we snap to with this? So, like, actively go around the settlement with these. It's almost going to give it, like, a ranch sort of vibe. Not that it is that, but that sort of vibe. And then if we need to, we'll rotate it around just a little bit. Right, now we've got that light problem sorted. Let's... It's back to daytime for now. Really have to snap on the side. Solves. In fact, having these slightly uneven is probably going to make the whole wrench thing a little bit more viable, so... Down by 2. There. This doom. Right, match this one. There we go. I mean, that's literally a couple of support beams. I think that looks great. How close it is to that, but... Yeah, I like the idea of the settlement being there as like this big concreted up bunker, and me reducing that down to like a ranch style fencing. Make that around circular as well. Be one big square. So let's see. Way to do it. So I need to make sure we're rotating at the right axis. So no. No. That's a yes. Snapping off. I'll put snapping back on. Have that there. And so it matches. 50,000 hours later. Yeah, it's already looking great. Right, so the generator's just a temporary thing, just to see how it's powered up. Maybe it's light work to build that kind of fence around the whole settlement. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing the whole thing on stream. The 9-hour stream, just doing the fence. I can do a lot of that in my free time. But it's just to give you the idea of it so far. This bit might need to actually get a little taller. Pretty low that bit. I need to recruit someone too for me. Oh, if only. If only, Yucky. So yeah, the idea with that fence eventually would be we sort of curve around, go around the whole thing. We'll have to raise it up a little bit around here. And then eventually join back up to this side. Yeah, make it real wrench-like. so it's actually touching the ground. Right, defense. Is it going to be MISC? No, we're going to be in CVC defense. Have guard mats. Chair. Lean back, lean left. There we go. We want stand warm hands. So if I pop that here, then the guard should stand there, facing the barrel, holding his hands out and warming them. I just like the idea of having the settlement completely open up like that, Urki. What do we want here? Where's the lean back? Have the lean back one on the other side. Like there. And then I think it'll lean back against the fence, which... Now I'm here, that's like... I say this one's too low. I think these ones might be a little too high. I need to actually lower this just a little bit. Go ahead and do that. Okay, that's great. You're going all westward on us. Yeah, we'll go that. We'll get some... I mean, to be fair, Somble, the lore of this settlement and the whole simp thing, that fits in. That fits in quite well. I was just saying, Urki, that, yeah, it will be a fair whack of work, but it'll be fine. There we go. That's a little bit more of a believable height. Yeah, we can always go in as well, and then if we need to add more of these, like middle. It's fine so far. Kind of looks like a little western town without that concrete fence. Fantastic vibe I'm going for. Get Easy Pete sat here as well. Thing 2. This. Get rid of that garbage. Oh, hey, bells and horses. I think the best I'm going to be able to do is Brahmin. Maybe we should, maybe we should actually replicate this sort of thing over at Abernathy Farm rather than the standard fencing in. If we do fencing like this around where the Brahmin will be, that probably makes a little bit more sense. You know, rather than the wire fencing. My Brahmin stables. Got plenty of space at this bit. could put something like that. I wouldn't make it as the main thing of this. I can't remember what the law reason was as to why there aren't horses in this, because it would be a great way to have, you know, like in Skyrim, you can have horses as mounts. Have horses in Fallout, they're just mutated versions. I think they couldn't get it programmed in properly, and so the laws just, horses just couldn't hack the radiation. They just all died. Okay, so a big thing with this settlement is trees like the main central focal point. Definitely do something with that. Stuff to begin with. Just the bigger bits. Would be way too awkward having your speed for all the buildings and such in town. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the technical reason. I always like the idea of, you know, I can't remember what it's called, the motorcycle in this, the one that you see a few destroyed versions of. I always like the idea of not being able to fast travel, and then, I don't know, you have one of those sanctuary, and you have to find components to fix it up, and then you can use that to fast travel. You don't actually drive it, but it's there as fast travel. All of them to make sausages. Jesus. How much are we talking, Oki? 10 caps. Honestly, for the most part, these houses are pretty well designed as is. General clutter. We'll put a trading spot there. I think I already have. Yeah, there we go. We have the clinic trader spot there. I think we do. It might be under the ground ever so slightly. Yeah, decorationally wise. I don't really need to do much with those. These are fine as well. We'll leave the beds generally as is. 9 beds here. 10 bob sausages. Sounds good to me. Yeah, we'll definitely not be able to get all the settlements. No, that's fine. A couple of episodes of this will do the same thing. We'll just keep zooming through them all. So, again, if we're looking at the top, they're not red because we don't have any people here, but if we were looking at base resources, we need a little water. So for the most part, it's probably just going to be, again, your standard pump. Considering this is quite close to Taffington, you'd say they get a lot of the water through that. So stick down a basic pump. We make this more central. We could do a well here. There's a well option. As to where that is. Oh, there's a tub of water in anyway. Ah. I have to place that one down there, really. Yeah, there's an option with a... Might be in this. Resources. There it is. Wooden tower. Yeah, we could probably get something like this. If we've got sort of a western vibe going with this place, that'd fit in quite well. Let me just move that over here for now. Over a little stone well. Probably this one. It's central as well, next to the tree. I mean, I don't think that would work because, you know, tree roots and all that stuff. Yeah, later, Rosie, my dude. Yeah, I don't think the tree roots would work well with that. But over here would work. Get rid of that. Yeah, so you can go into the house, or there's the well over here. This produces power. I think this would be more water, but how it works. Probably just have this dotted at the back of one of the houses. So, tree is in the way. We need to place this somewhere where there isn't. Tree, maybe. You have to decide somewhere. Needs to be in like a good position, but also so it's aesthetically pleasing. Vibing with it there. Maybe we need to be thinking more of the back of the settlement. I'll pop it there for now, but get that positioned a little better. Good wise, like I said, we're gonna have every settlement have their own little bit of crops. I think this would be more planter based here. Especially with the houses having their own area. So have a look for those. Planters, what do we got? Got plenty of options. What about in the standard stuff? Planters and plots. We've got brick planters. Garden plots. Planters. Planters. These are going to be potentially used. Might be a little bit too much in this settlement. This sort of thing. It's the Western theme. We get ones like these in with the house, and then we have like barrel planters, stuff like that. Okay. Get rid of it. Thanks. I'm vibing with it. I'll go straight to the source, Somble. Decorations we have. Wasteland gardening. Barrel planters. These all spawn flowers, I believe. Yeah, I mean, I will get some of those in, but I was kind of just hoping for some empty ones. Again, did I just... Yeah. I'm hoping for just some empty ones. Back over to CVC then. Probably just this sort of stuff then. I don't know why that has to make so much noise placing that one down. Very weird, in fact. And there's dotted around the houses. Just think about tomorrow, Sumble. Wow. Steve's here. Howdy. I don't know why these planters make so much noise. Think what tomorrow could bring, Sumble. Believable as well. So the areas that are going to be in the most sun. Yeah, no, it's slow now. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. There we go. There we go, just Rocky. Oh. I mean, you have to ask yourself that question for every game that comes out lately, or just in general. PVC resources crafting. Ramen feed hay. Why am I now only just noticing this? That's going to be massively useful. And this one's got water in it, but let's put that there. Yeah, I think it's Thursday it's out. So I put it on for it is Thursday. It's out. Thinking about it for what I've done with the for the schedule. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I'll be doing it. Obviously, we have access to the water down here as well, so I'm going to be getting some... We have the well. We'll have a little pump down here as well. So, thinking about that, we have the entrance here. So, I also want there to be a little bit of a way through here. So, let's clear this out. And that's direct access. So let's just move those over there. Clear out these down, ready to the water's edge. Straight line down. We downloaded it, just waiting for it. Yeah, I should probably preload it. I don't really need to do it this early, but I'm gonna dust it out of the way. A little fish appear on that lake. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Direct access. Let's go for that one as well. And a little pier that goes out. One water pump thing. And job would be a good one. We won't make like a big massive sort of pier that you'd have at the ocean. We can do a much smaller one. Much more basic as well. Basic and real basic. Now I won't have this as the base for the whole thing. We'll put some other bits on as well. Maybe one more. Snapping off for this bit. Snapping back on. Is this going to work? Nope. Snapping back off then. We'll do it manually. Well, I reckon we need railings. probably should, right? I'll do railings. I think it's deep enough here that, you know, it'll be fine. Let's see if we can do something with these. Let's change the time. So we can actually see. Got the posts poking through just a little bit. There we go. I don't know what it is about these little bits that poke up, which makes it look like an actual pier. Down. And won't get it in now, but we have that fishing chair as well. We'll do that at the end. Go for the big industrial one. Do we need that? Let's go for the standard. And they kind of look terrible. None of these really work. You have a mix between either terrible looking or too industrial. Yeah, I don't know, I just don't vibe with it. Don't like it. Have a look at CVC once again. We could do a similar sort of thing as to what we have over at Taffington. But this one. Let's get that in, but let's also shrink it down. Yeah, they work a little better in my opinion when they're smaller. When you get these massive things, they're a little bit too much. Position that so it's actually on the water. More of a purifier sort of thing going. Dotted about. That's the case. two of them combined. No way that doesn't look terrible. That's just kind of floating there for how small we've made it. So we'd need that bit in. We'll do the same with this one as well and have the water overflowing. So, memory serving me correctly. That's SOE. Or the waterfall. For the large. Have this flowing this way so you can see it when you look down to it. Water out, pouring on the top, and splash. Why does it clip through like that? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. There's the water filtration. Right, so let's go ahead and press save. Okay, so we're going to zip zoom around all of them. I'll have to continue with that next time. Have a look what we've got done here. We've fixed this up with the trader to tie in with this one, so they'll be sat there. They could be there at the same time. Fixed up the light sources here that go in. I'll have to do something a little bit more of that, not rather than just lights dotted around. The gate is now fully functional. The light sources that are here have been covered up. Okay, there's start to the fence. It's going to go all the way around. Reasonable height as well. Okay, a little bit of work left to do on this one. We'll come back to that next time. So we are indeed out of time for today. So as usual, I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. You check those links down in the video description if you're looking to support the channel. Any and all support is appreciated as always. That all said and done, I will have to catch you all in the next episode. Thank you for watching.